right.
We are live.
Okay, we're live now. Wait,
71.
Wow, this is finally breaking the the 70, and we have like 29 more episodes to go to hit 100 as we initially planned, right? So welcome everyone. Welcome to the show again. And my name is Jason. We have my co-hosts here. We have Manfred from Singapore and Andrew from Malaysia.
Good evening.
Yeah, so just in case this is the first time you see us, we go live every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. 10 p.m. Malaysia time, GMT +8 Malaysia and Singapore time. And basically, this is where we say hi to everyone. And we have Chiwai here. What's up? But the number is not coming up. Is there something wrong with the stream somewhere? Okay, we only see Chiwai. Okay, today no guests. Today is just three of us. That's why you become the fourth marketeer. And essentially, right, it's we want to talk about YouTube marketing.
Yeah.
So
today our special guest is Jason Gunn.
Yeah, I mean, I'm this is my newfound passion. Now, let me fill you guys in about my recent experiment, okay? Now, all of you knows that I have been running a YouTube channel since 2020 when the pandemic hit, okay? One of the things is I didn't want to do anything and I didn't know what to do. In fact, one of the way that I turned to and I stumbled upon was to start a YouTube channel. And in fact, that YouTube channel, if you ask me, did I put a lot of effort into running the YouTube channel? I don't think so. Okay, let's be very fair here. I don't think I pay a lot of attention. I did a lot of work in terms of growing the channel and all that, but it did grow organically and it did make me some money. Okay, but what happened is recently I started another YouTube channel with a new method, and with the way I run that new channel, if I would have implemented this method into the channel that you guys know me as, well, I probably have grown at least 5 to 10 times bigger.
Wow.
I mean, the thing here is this, because just now, like we were at the backstage discussing about the content. And in fact, right, the biggest challenge for any YouTube channel is really in the promotion, as in like how can you get found? And any of you, I just want a quick check any of you have tried starting a YouTube channel? You guys can post me questions. To be very frank, right? I've done my experiment and I've done a lot of my research and drilling and all that. That's why I'm very excited to share. But then again, right, I would like to see what are the challenges that you guys are facing, so that we can just gather here today. Not many people, right? And no guests today. So let's do some chit chat.
Yes.
So I think that's the purpose. Yeah.
And I want to shout out to the network in LinkedIn for this episode. Beginning this episode, we are now broadcasting to Facebook, YouTube, and also the LinkedIn.
Anyone watching
channel.
this on LinkedIn, can you quickly
So
say
if you're
hi?
on LinkedIn, yes, do let us know. And we're running this for the first time on LinkedIn. So it'd be interesting to see any feedback and whether we can actually capture the feedback on the screen or not.
Can we quickly check if there is anyone? Yeah, because seriously, it's the first time we broadcast on LinkedIn, right? And
yes. And it's so apt that we're talking about B2B, which is perfect for a channel like LinkedIn.
Okay, I'm actually watching this on LinkedIn. Yeah, we are there, man. Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, now let's come back to this thing before we start. You are saying guests don't want to come because bombarded questions by Manfred. No lah, don't say like that. Don't say like that. Manfred did a very good job. He actually worked hard on the questions, and not to forget, right? You have to remember in the past many episodes, Manfred was the one who brought in a lot of interesting and awesome guesses.
Credit when credit is due. Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Have to give it to him, man. Yeah, you have to give it to him. So, I mean, just want to quickly anchor the discussion tonight. It's really about creating a YouTube channel for B2B. So I think the biggest, I just want to take a look at if you are trying to start, a YouTube channel for your business. Okay, I think one of the biggest challenge is, let's talk about how do we actually get started. Basically, is to start with the right footing. Is to start with the right foundation, the right direction. I think that's a very important thing if you want to start a YouTube channel. So basically I can observe, right? Because I personally experienced that. In fact, I started my YouTube channel way back. I think I started my YouTube channel in 2018. I think that was the time I created my channel.
2018.
I created my channel.
Oh,
And
you
then
created
like
a channel.
I created the channel and I dabbled, and sometimes I
see.
put in some video. And you know what? You know how it feels? You put in video and cricket, and you got heartbroken, and you'll be like, okay, I don't want to do it.
And the video is a lot of standard intro that is a bit too long, because people want to, for example, when I first encountered Jason's video content, I got problem A, B, C, D. So I watched his video. Then I have to sit through the standard intro again, and again. And honestly, I feedback to him, it irritates the shit out of me.
So the standard intro is the beginning that is too long, right?
Yeah, too long. Short one.
How long was that? How long was the standard intro? I think
definitely
about 30
longer than the
seconds
one
to a
that I
minute.
make for this show.
Me doing training, that one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that one annoying.
And then the music actually irritates me also, to be honest.
I also forgot which music already. It wasn't done by me.
The good thing about this video is it can always be switched. By the way, I want to say hi to Rizal. Apparently, Melon app cannot capture comments from LinkedIn.
Melon app cannot capture comments from Facebook group as well as LinkedIn, I think.
I see. Okay.
I think.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have to turn on the LinkedIn. So hi to Rizal, hi to Bob. And
Hi.
Rizal has a question. I have a YouTube channel, but to use it mainly to store my live videos. Or it's a storage. It's convenient storage. Well, there are people using it under the, what do you call it? Private and unlisted.
Unlisted video lah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when Bob is asking, when is the top 10 list coming up? Okay. Okay,
What do you mean top 10 list?
Bob is doing his he's starting his newsletter on LinkedIn.
Okay.
He has featured so far top 10 for CEOs. Bob, I'm plugging in for you. Top 10 for CEOs and in both Malaysia and Singapore. And I think recently he did another top 10 up and coming entrepreneurs who are active on LinkedIn.
I think I saw that. I subscribed to his newsletter. And guys, if you guys want to do that, right? What was the newsletter name already?
You can put in a chat so we can share it.
Message us on LinkedIn to see whether we can copy and put it.
I mean, we are very chill tonight, although we talk about YouTube, right? But in case you guys have any questions, I think Andrew, we would need your help if there's anybody asking on LinkedIn, right?
I'm monitoring it. Yeah.
Yeah, I would need your help to actually bring it over to us. But then again, eventually Chiwai has a question.
Okay.
Okay, now Chiwai's question is, he's saying the biggest question, especially when it comes to YouTube, and also since I started YouTube, how to get juice for content. Okay, now here's
juice for content is what? Ideas for content?
Content idea.
Oh, okay. Not traffic.
Reason for people coming back for more.
Okay, now this is the question. Let me make sure that three of us can appear.
Okay.
That people can see us like that. Not too
So
close. Not too close.
Not too close.
Okay.
All right.
Just to make sure we are people can see us, and not somebody like sink in the, like Andrew will be like down there, no good.
Correct.
Okay, now here's the thing. Okay, when you want to start your YouTube channel, right? Okay, I think it's very important for us to understand that you need to, the flow, as in like the flow. Okay, I mean, I'm using my new method instead of my old method. And if you know about my old method, if you are referring to my old method, right? Okay, my old method is the laziest method. That's why I would say in the past 1 year plus, although I grew a sizable YouTube channel as it grew consistently, like how Chiwai puts it, right? But I actually missed so many opportunities for growth. Like I said, if I would have implemented my current model or framework into that channel, my channel would have been at least 5 to 10 times bigger, at least. And the revenue that generated from the channel itself should be even a lot more bigger. Okay, so what I did wrong, you see, this is one of the kind of like the keys that I'll be sharing on my Friday session, which is another workshop that really drill into how I built that thing. But essentially, first thing first, right? I think when it comes to YouTube content, a lot of people would think that this is the biggest mind block. I can only do one content or one topic once. How many of you actually have this kind of idea that, let's say, how to use mailer-like automation? Okay, a lot of people would think that I can only do this topic once.
So you don't reuse the topic.
A lot of people would have that kind of fear that every topic I can only talk about it once. But what is the truth? If the topic is working, build another 50. That sounds like it.
Okay.
If we talk about
us,
Jews,
we use topic like the SEM, SEO. It's obviously been reused many times by different guests.
it's not about reusing the topic. It's about knowing the topic clicks and there are people looking for it. You create multiple versions of it because you have to understand another thing. Okay, everybody will ask questions in different way. Like the example that I gave, how to use MailerLite automation. Okay, how to build MailerLite automation. The right way to use MailerLite automation. You get what I mean? You're talking about the same thing, but you phrase it for the benefit of the searcher's intent. And you will appear when somebody is looking for you.
So what you're saying is, I don't know what's the term is what? Reframing the topics.
Rephrasing.
Yes.
Okay, and increase the chance of getting found.
Because when you verbalize, it can come out in many different ways.
Even you have the same subject, right? Every time you say, it's got to be different. And it's got to be another piece of content. Correct?
Okay.
It makes sense, right? And when you have, let's say, when you have MailerLite automation, let's say we are using MailerLite automation as a keyword.
Right.
Let's say we use MailerLite automation as a keyword. This is a short tail keyword, correct? But a long tail keyword can have a lot of variation.
Right.
So there is a method to use Google and YouTube search combined to find all these phrases, the long tail keyword phrases, for you to build multiple videos that sound similar, but when people watch it, it is only helping you to reinforce the idea that you want to get across.
Right.
And the
that's
most
from
important
multiple
part,
angles. That's the main thing.
Nobody stops that. Nobody stops you from doing that. And YouTube will never penalize you to do that. And if you go to any big channel, right? Those big channel, like for example, like those people who teaches YouTube marketing and all this kind of thing, right? Every video they are talking about similar thing, but they just cut it from different angle.
Okay, good point.
So the idea here is just to answer Chiwai's concern. When you have a video that makes sense, when you have a video that gets attention, when you have a video that people found you and because they look for you, okay. But of course, we have some benchmark to look into. Like if you guys are interested, we can talk about that later. But then again, when you have one video that works, create another 50 video. It's just like I saw Bob was saying, they're just like Uncle Roger keep reviving the what do we call the fried rice.
Fried rice. Yes.
It's similar because here's how the intent goes, right? Let's say I know Uncle Roger about fried rice. I mean, started with the fried rice thing. So when I go search for fried rice, right, it will appear. Now, when I watch one video, right, okay, let's say if you have another video that talks about similar topic, YouTube will surface your video as well.
Related topics
as my next video, you should watch this video next. That's another form of YouTube recommendation, and it's a very powerful way. It's a very powerful way. So when you have several videos that are linked in terms of the topic, YouTube will recommend your video as the next video to watch and the next video to watch. You just have to imagine if you watch 5 videos of me talking about Shopee marketing, Shopee Facebook ads, whatever I say, you will kind of like believe already. Right?
Fried rice 101, sambal fried rice, seafood fried rice, pineapple fried rice. It's all related. People tend to continue watching.
Something
with
like
regards
that.
to content creation, are you suggesting that, for example, let's say now we want to talk about topic A, and when we record, we actually build a sequence about topic A in different variations, or maybe certain videos we go deeper into topic A, and the other one maybe the opposite side of topic A. So what I'm saying is when you create or record this video, you actually build all this sequence up, and then you upload it to your channel. Correct. Is that the case, or you randomly, like today I got time, or this week I record topic A, then next week I record topic B, then the week after that I go back to topic A again? So when you post, it's at different different posting schedule?
Okay, this is another level of the question. This is
Right.
there is a framework of building the content.
I see. Okay.
There is a framework of building the content. So when we are building content for optimization, as in like we want to really bring our channel up to the next level quickly, we will not be doing randomly. Everything has got to be in the series. Let me give you an example. Okay, I'm working on my new series because if you observe my YouTube channel moving forward, right? I think after Feb, I cannot be launching too soon. Come March onwards, right? My YouTube channel will be going into different direction. Okay, the way I launch content will not be like whatever I'm doing right now. If you guys watch my video, you know that I'm a damn lazy person in producing my content. I just repurpose my AMA, Ask Me Anything Sunday, and do a bit of like intro and outro. Then I just throw it up as a video. Okay, and hoping that it will catch on fire sometime. Hoping lah. Okay.
You just spray lah.
Yes, but now it's different. When we want to build content, right? I think Andrew brought up a very good question. When you want to build content, you want to build with the intent, as in like, what do you want to achieve when you are building this content? A few angles to look at this. First, it is definitely beneficial to build related content, like what Andrew said, into a series. So don't stretch yourself, right? Instead of looking for Jason's method to run as a marathon, now Jason is recommending that you should actually treat YouTube content creation as a sprint. Seasonal, And I want to talk about, for example, my next topic that I'm really banging heavily is YouTube marketing for B2B businesses, which is why we are talking about this today.
Yeah.
So when I want to talk about YouTube marketing for B2B businesses, right, I will be doing research and find out what are the key questions people are asking about YouTube marketing for B2B businesses. Like, for example, right, how to start YouTube marketing for B2B businesses. 3 mistakes to avoid for YouTube marketing for B2B businesses. Okay, how to do keyword research for B2B businesses. How to monetize YouTube for B2B businesses. You see where I'm coming from?
I see. Okay. There's a so-called an overarching theme.
Correct.
That you refer to build. Okay.
So yes, if you look at all these key topics, right? If you look at basically the content will be similar. There will be only about 20 to 40%, max 50% differences, because you will be talking about similar thing. But then again, right, when you are building a series of content like this, you are helping your audience to navigate. As in, like, when I watch one video, you already have the next video ready for me and the next video ready for me. So that's
right.
Kind of like
you design it for binge watching.
Yes,
that means basically you use the Netflix method.
And YouTube love it.
I see. Okay.
YouTube
that
love
makes
it.
sense.
YouTube wants you to keep the audience on platform.
Right.
YouTube don't want you to just drive the audience away after watching your video. But that was totally something that I did wrong all the way in the past 1 year plus on my YouTube channel. Every single video that I have right now on my YouTube channel was trying to drive people away into my website, into something.
Well, we got you to thank for using 1 year of making the mistake so that we don't have to repeat the mistakes again.
In fact, I made so many mistakes. I cannot talk about it. I don't have enough time to talk about it tonight, but that's the reason why I built a training on Friday. But if you guys haven't signed up for my training on Friday, right? If you guys are interested, can I just plug this quickly?
By all means.
If you guys are interested, right? So today, it's quite kind of like impromptu, because I'm actually working on another piece of content and another workshop that I just completed last night. So I'll be running here and there, but you guys don't mind, right? So I'm just gonna put the link over here. Join my workshop. Join YouTube workshop. So
are you going to discuss about the workshop covers B2B for our LinkedIn fans?
What do you mean? Tomorrow?
Yeah. No, not tomorrow. Your workshop is Friday, right?
Friday, yes.
Yeah. Are they going to cover topics like in B2B?
B2B. Because I started as B2B.
Yes.
My business is B2B, right? That's why I know B2B. But it applies similarly for B2C as well. But then again, of course, B2C, we will have to structure the content in a different way.
Because in email marketing, B2B and B2C has different structure and different approach.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's see.
The audience, right? So, guys, on LinkedIn, if you are wondering how you can actually use YouTube, because most people would generally assume YouTube is mostly for consumers, the how-tos and all those things. But if you're interested or you're curious and see how you can actually use YouTube to promote your B2B businesses, join Jason this Friday.
Yeah. But essentially, since we're at this topic, right, talking about how B2B businesses can use YouTube, I would say there are two angles to look at this. Okay. One angle is definitely the discovery. So when people are looking for solution, you become the go-to brand, or so-called you become one of the consideration that appear in the search because you provide value. They know you, they watch your video. You see, a lot of people, when it comes to YouTube video, right, they always think that, there must be a face like Jason. Now, I cannot talk, I cannot go on YouTube.
A lot of times the YouTube video very long.
Sorry?
Sometimes the YouTube video very long.
YouTube very long also. You see, this is another thing that it's either or. See, now, first we talk about whether do we need to have a face for your YouTube channel. Now, I know so many YouTube channels that are so big, making so much money, only have voice, no face. And the way they talk, the slang, I cannot take it, man. But then again, every video had tens of thousands of views, hundreds of thousands of views, and they are making money like insane.
It's the value of the content.
It's the value.
Unless you're an influencer, then you have to show your face, I guess.
So, we are not influencer, ma. I mean, what we are trying to do is we are trying to provide solution. Right. We are trying to become the next viable choice if they need somebody to help or to work with. So that's for the discovery part. So in fact, right, not necessarily you need to do long-term or short-form, but like to refer Manfred's concern, right? Long video. Right. I've seen so many long videos with hundreds of thousands of views. 1 hour, 2 hours, because they are training.
Right. And also in context as to the subject matter and the way it's presented. I mean, nobody complained Endgame was long at 3 hours.
True.
That's different. That's the
yeah, of course you have all the face.
If you have the purpose,
yeah. But if your video is useful to a particular set of audience, and the content is highly relevant, then they don't mind because they're actually getting value out of it. So it's not normal. But if you're saying on average, for example, if it's an hour-long video compared to, let's say, maybe a 15 seconds or 15 minutes, not 50 seconds, that's an ad, 15 minutes kind of video, then obviously a lot of people will prefer that because it's bite-sized. But if the content requires an hour and it's useful, I don't see any reason. You got to mix. The idea is to mix and match.
Like if you look at our YouTube channel, we have short videos that I post daily, and we have long videos like this.
Right.
Like 1 hour long video, half an hour long video for my AMA, Ask Me Anything. So in fact, I think, Andrew, you are right. You have to have a balance, in terms of a mix. Long form video is mainly to help you, kind of like engage with your audience. In fact, most of these kind of videos are for your existing audience. Now, the short form of videos are mainly for people to find you, to discover, to get to know you. You just imagine, right? If you found a video of mine talking about, how to use Facebook ads objective, and I have a half an hour video, the moment you look at the duration, you say like, okay, it's okay. I'll watch it next time. But if you say like, it's only 5 minutes, and I don't mind investing 5 minutes, so.
But then again, if I'm new to Facebook and my boss asks me to run Facebook ads, I will probably spend a half an hour to learn because, short of going to pay somebody money.
That's provided you have meet the condition. Say example, at the awareness stage when people don't really know you, they are only willing to invest 3 to 5 minutes to find out the topic, really the content match the topic first. So once you satisfy their need, you move me down to the funnel of interest. Then I'm willing to spend more time, not necessarily 1 hour, maybe 10
longer
for a bigger topic. So the video itself have to structure in a way that actually leads the audience, which what Jason has mentioned about the series. But nevertheless, the short one must be there to entice, like a teaser, no? Just like you want to watch movie, people want to watch the teaser.
The trailers.
And honestly, the teaser or the trailer doesn't necessarily need to be true. Marvel always, three spiders. Oh.
Okay, I want to watch a movie. Keep quiet.
So the other, I mean, totally agree. I think Manfred, you hit it correctly. I think that's how you should be talk about the discovery. So I mean, back to the topic we are discussing right now. If you're a B2B business, you're trying to start a YouTube channel, you want to find an angle about this thing. Is the one good angle is definitely the discovery. The question to ask is very simple. Okay, let's take for example, let's take Bob as an example. Do you think people will go to Facebook and look for how to market on LinkedIn? Or people will go to YouTube or Google to look for how to market on LinkedIn?
Normally, we'll search on Google first.
Google first. Yes.
Then later on, they may not find what they want. Some people will go YouTube because there are different kind of people who receive information. I think this one we previously had mentioned. We have three different kinds: via words, via video, via social media. But the social media is a very small percentage, so I wouldn't recommend people to spend so much time via
social media. Is once they so-called narrow down to that particular individual, and they will basically go zoom in and find out what they say. But I think even when you do a Google search, now I notice in my normal research is if it's related, if there's video related to the topic, it will also surface in the search.
Yes. I benefited so much from from Google. In fact, my Google search traffic grew by 200%. Pre and post YouTube channel, because in fact a lot of time, if you look at my YouTube, right, and if you look at my Google, in fact I have never updated any written or wordy content on my website for the longest time because I can't write. I'm not a John Loomer kind of person.
No, you are Gary V. Also cannot write.
I cannot write. No, I can write, but I cannot do long form article to actually do for the benefit of SEO. A lot of times when people found me, they found me on because my YouTube video provide answer to certain questions. My video appear.
Right.
They went on to watch the video. It could be watching it on the search result page. You can watch the video on there, and they take the action to the next step, which is to come over to my website.
Okay.
It happens so often.
Need to put the breadcrumbs all over the place and lead them all the way.
This is another structure that has to be in place. Everything has to be with the big breadcrumb. Like back to the discussion just now. If you want to build a series must have a theme, and it must lead to an offer.
Or the call to action must, for B2B, is basically make an appointment or basically get on the phone to call.
Correct. Okay. There must be an offer. So the end game must be in place before you start doing anything.
So YouTube for B2B is not just about putting up your corporate videos. You actually use it to
definitely
tell a
not corporate video, my goodness.
Okay. All right, guys, remember this. Coming from Jason Gunn.
Definitely not corporate video.
Yeah.
So basically it's about getting found. So when you want to get found, right? Another angle of doing this is actually because sometimes a lot of people, when they want to put up a YouTube channel, they pay a lot of attention on the vanity metrics. As in how many subscribers I get, how many views I get, and all this kind of stuff. In fact, those are important numbers to monitor. But I think the more important numbers to monitor is whether are your videos helping you to get found.
How do you know that?
Okay, so in fact, there are ways that you can actually trigger. Because here's the thing. This is what I'm going to cover on Friday, but let's talk about it a little bit.
Right.
When you publish when you publish a video, onto YouTube, the first 24 hours is the most important thing.
Same thing with LinkedIn.
Same thing with LinkedIn.
Same thing with social media, I guess.
Not just viewer. It shouldn't be just about view. YouTube has more things to look at.
Right. Do tell.
It's not just about view. View, you see, what people will do is when you post a video on YouTube, you use your mailing list to go and blast to everyone and say that I have a new YouTube video. Yes. Now, if your audience are not interested in your video, if your audience or so-called your mailing list or your social media or your Facebook page consists of people who are not interested in that topic, when you post it up, even you bring in a lot of view, but if the view time is not good, it's gonna hurt your video.
Oh, so it's not relevant. So as far as video is concerned, the so-called the metric that moves the needle is basically your view time. It's not the number of people who've seen the video.
No.
It's how long they actually spend watching the video.
Yes, that's why, because a lot
Okay.
of people will say that, like just now Richard was bringing this up, right? The keywords, stuffing, spamming, and the key phrases and all that. It's no longer working in current now this era now. You know,
Oh, okay.
it used to work back then, because back then the algorithm, I mean, as in like the metric was not as advanced, as in like they probably didn't track a lot of other things. But now, even you have damn good clicks, you can actually have a very clickbaity subject, you know, as in a topic, and you have a clickbaity so-called thumbnail. But when you bring people on and the dropout rate is damn high, your video is going to be demoted to the bottom.
So it's lesser on the inputs from the creator, but more measuring the input of the audience, especially
The response from the audience.
Sometimes is a difficult measurement to obtain. Okay, click still easier. Click already, then they
Click is damn easy. You see, you go and post everywhere, whatever you can, right? You should get clicks, right?
Then they will yeah. So
but you got junky clicks, you gone.
I see. Okay.
So if you watch the thing, then you come back again, that's even better.
Then lagi cantik. If your view time is really deep, that's why, you see, I mean, I have the view time. Even, you see, if you go to my current YouTube channel, right, most of my video has less than 100 clicks, as in views, less than 100 views. But most of my video has more than 40% view time.
So it's the quality of the viewership as opposed to the quantity of the viewership. Okay.
So there is a technique that you can actually go for distribution, and I use this. It just give you a context, okay? Like for example, just now I was saying, I actually in the past 1 year plus, right? Well, I tell you, look at this number I scared. I posted. Guess how many videos I posted? Don't go to my YouTube channel and check. I want you guys to take a guess. How many videos I posted on my YouTube channel since July 2020? 100 plus. 100 plus,
300
okay.
plus,
300 plus, okay. 600 plus, close to 700 now.
Holy shit.
I have no idea what I did, man. Close to 700 now. I think 690 over already.
Right.
Okay. 690 over of them, okay. I would say at least 80% of them never crossed 100 view mark.
Okay.
It was a very sad thing, but I'm not complaining.
Are they
What I want to
spending
say
long
is,
time?
sorry?
Are they spending long? Are they lingering on your?
On average, 40%.
40%.
On average, 30 to 40%. My video not bad one. Okay, in order to achieve this kind of number, right, one of the tricks is very simple. Don't build long form video. That's it. You know, don't build long form videos and provide value fast. You know, then that's basically the structure of my videos. If you go to my current YouTube channel.
Then our Three Marketeers show is at a very disadvantaged position.
Three Marketeers show, that's why only once a week, else it's gonna hurt my view time, I tell you.
Okay. It's time for us to relook at how we do the Three Marketeers show then.
No, just to put things into context, my new method, okay, which I started a new, as in I revived an old channel that was kind of like a dead pool also, and then I revived it to do something else, which I posted in the past 2 months, right? I posted 14 videos, 14 in the last 2 months. Okay, 9 of them crossed 1,000 view mark.
Oh,
9 of them 1,000 view. A few of them
your
already
average
crossed 2,000
700 plus videos average is 100 plus views.
Yep.
Okay.
So I just want you to imagine, if my 600 to 700 video, I did it that way, and each one of them crossed 1,000 view mark.
Oh, you'll be king already, man.
What will be happening to my channel? I tell you.
Just need to sort it out, Need to sort it out and strategize.
So what's the secret sauce?
Secret sauce is you have to get found. The first 24 hours is the key. How do you get found by the right people? Okay, and then how do you actually just anchor the whole thing together? I mean, it's a process that we have to go through together. I will talk to you about this thing. But then again, if you want to go through that, right, it's going to be another about 1 hour kind of thing that we have to go through this together.
Join this Jason's Friday workshop and learn more.
Yeah, man, come over to my workshop. But that's really something that I want to share with you, because the workshop is mainly to cover my mistake. We were just talking about a few mistakes that I made for my channel. Just imagine if I didn't make these mistakes, my channel will be big. And second thing is I will share with you a lot of things that I learned through a lot of paid so-called courses that I went through. And in fact, a lot of them are just giving you so basic things about keyword research lah, thumbnail creation lah, and all this kind of stuff.
So-called surface level.
Surface level. Those are important things. But then again, you need to understand how YouTube treat your video. It's not about you, to be very frank.
I think one thing there's I've read somewhere, I can't remember. I kind of start recording what I read. That for social media or each of the platform, the idea is when you create the content for that particular platform, you need to understand the reason why that platform was being set up and the purpose of the platform, and you then position or basically design or create your content according to so-called go in line with the purpose of the platform. Otherwise, you will not be basically be able to grow or get the kind of exposure because the platform is not consistent.
Correct. I totally agree. So that's why you need to understand why are you choosing this platform. So back to the question about YouTube for B2B.
Right.
So if you are in the business where people will look for you on Google or YouTube, then you need to have a YouTube channel. Because the same question that I asked just now, nobody will go to LinkedIn or Facebook to look for who's the Facebook ads trainer that I should look for. Who's the best Facebook ads trainer in the market. Nobody will look for that on social media. And the advantage of social content on social network is they are not being archived in the proper way. The longevity of the content is almost very, very poor.
It's there, it's just that you've got to kind of borrow through the timelines to actually understand.
Correct. But for my case, right, if you look at my YouTube, okay, a video that I made about 2 years ago, since I started in July 2020, are still making me money up to now. And they are one of the best performing video until now. Because the searchability would take you a long way.
So Rizal, time to change the way you use YouTube as a video archive and actually put it up for people to view your videos already.
So guys, just a quick one. If you guys want to do this, we can do this together. Join my my program on Friday, which is you just go over to tribeacademy.com/YouTube. This is a link that you can sign up. It's a free workshop. Okay, I'm going to make you an offer to this the end of the day, but I promise you, on the workshop itself, in that 2 hour, I'm going to share everything. But today is more like a chit chat with my good friends over here, and to see if there is any questions coming up from you guys, which there are a few, but let's go through that. But if you have any questions related to YouTube channel, YouTube marketing, especially about content creation and all this kind of stuff, please post in the comment. I'll bring it over. If you're posting it, if you're watching this on LinkedIn, don't worry, we have
Andrew. I will be reading up.
Andrew will help me to bring it over here, but let's go through. So this is the link, guys. Let's see if there's any more question.
Shout out to Glenn from Australia in Indonesia.
Okay, now TY was saying you consume my content in short snippets, easier because finding answers in short bites rather than going through a good 1 hour video. I actually agree. That's why the framework still is about creating short form content, as in like 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, but then again, the structure of building the content will be very important, and even the script of the content is also a very important part. You see, talking about script, right?
Right.
Okay, what do you think? Should you? Most people would say that whatever you're asking people to do, right? You should keep it at the very end of the video. Do you agree?
I think intermediate also need to do. Sometimes people don't go all, depending on the length of the video. If it's too long, maybe at the end, they didn't reach there. That's one of the fallback.
Okay.
How interesting you made the topic, I guess if you're just, hello, today I'm going to talk about this. Okay, like 3 seconds you're out already, irrespective whether you put a front or back.
Okay, so the answer is this, you must have at least 2 asses in the video.
2 what?
2 us.
Oh, 2 us in the video, okay.
Yes. One in the beginning.
Call to action.
One in the beginning, one in the middle, one in the end. One in the beginning. The one in the beginning is the most important one.
Oh, that's 3 already, isn't it?
2, at least 2. At least you have one in the beginning and the end.
I see.
But if you can, pull out another one in the middle.
I see. Okay.
So that's Yeah,
You got a
2 to
point.
3 hours. 2 to 3 hours. Because it's okay. I already started the video. If you want me to do something, if it's not too much work to do, right, I don't mind, right?
Beside the call to action, something
Yeah.
come to my mind. I think it's very important to provide bold and consistent branding throughout the video. Make sure the audience know what the video is about and who you are. That's also very important.
I didn't pay much attention to that. In my
Okay.
opinion, I think
Because
it should be okay.
for people who don't know you when you search, so I think ideally should re-mention who you are and what value you bring and what are they going to get. If you watch the Brian Dean, the Belinko guy, he's quite good at positioning, although he don't have so much video But I really enjoy watching. I really make it a point to watch from start to end.
I think it makes sense to have at least some branding, but you don't do it too much, else it will be very annoying. If you keep positioning yourself who you are and all that, try to give credential to
You
yourself.
do a short one, very short one.
Yeah, short one is fine. You can flashback and say who you are and all that. But I think all this, if people are keen to find out, right, they can always Google you.
Or they can do you. That's where they do the social media search, because they know your name already, so they just go to Facebook or LinkedIn and search for it. One question I want to ask in search is, we know that if you are an influencer or so-called your individual or small businesses or B2C, it is okay. In fact, it is actually better if your videos are so-called less polished. Okay. Now, when it comes to B2B as a company, or you're selling, or basically you're promoting to companies that you're trying to pitch your business to, do you need to create videos that is a lot more polished, or you use the same one as like the B2C boys and girls?
I think, okay, my opinion, I think whether it's polished or not, it doesn't really affect the value. I think the most important part is the value that you bring in the video.
Okay.
Like, for example, right, if my question is, for example, how to set up an in-house so-called data center. I mean, whether it's a polished video or non-polished video, eventually what I'm looking for is the solution.
Okay. So the end of the day is the value, or so-called the quality of the content.
The value actually keeps the audience glued to the content to watch throughout. I think in YouTube, I think less is more. Okay. And it is important for us to pack as much value in the short span of time and pay attention, make them pay close attention to the video, cut out the fluff. And one thing is all this video, YouTube video, you just need a handphone and the audience and your content, of course. No need to do until a lot of things.
And another thing, I agree. Because you see, when it comes to content, especially we talk about B2B, B2B is very simple. You want to, if you talk about attraction point, right? Meaning that you want to get discovered. You want to be discovered by the people with intent. So those searchers who are looking for a solution, then you become the solution. So when you are providing a solution, in fact, it's the value that you bring. So that's the first thing. Now, the second thing is, in fact, we don't want to spend too much resources in producing a video, because if you want to go on YouTube channel, this is a long game. You don't want to come in to be positioned as you are the kind of person that produce production level kind of video. Then eventually you can only do 2 to 3. Then eventually you
run off
along the way. You run out of fuel. Then it doesn't make sense. What's the point? Because we have to do a lot of tests in the very beginning. You see, when we want to build a YouTube channel for a B2B business, we probably need to spend at least first 3 to 5 videos doing experiment. The first 3 to 5 videos. In fact, if you want to launch a YouTube channel, 3 to 5 videos is good enough for you to start.
Right.
So the framework needs at least 3 to 5 videos. The moment you have this and you launch it, eventually we can actually start, testing from the very beginning. So when we have a winner, then we will start building more videos surrounding the similar thing, and even to build a series and to build the thematic kind of stuff. So you don't want to commit too many things at the very beginning.
Right. Actually, I mean, I've been not studying, but I've been doing a fair bit of editing because we're going to do something on my YouTube channel as well. And the the newer versions of video editing software can actually do majority of the work, post-production work. You can actually do overlays. You can do what I can't remember. Okay, I'm not a video guy, so
B-roll.
Sorry?
B-roll.
You can do B-roll because now you can basically get those videos from providers for free or even paid, But you can just run through and you can do slicing or splicing and all those things, and even like for example, I'm testing this new tool called DaVinci Resolve.
Wow, sounds very jialat, like that.
It's a video editing software for free. It's available for free.
Okay.
But the professional versions are basically used for movie production editing.
Wow.
So I think 2 days ago I just downloaded. I haven't tested. I was using a more basic video editing, but apparently you can do color grading, you can do audio, and all those stuff. Okay, obviously it's not for everyone, but it's free. So what I'm saying is the tools now that's available allows you, even like Jason, you're using Wave the video, you can actually put the video in, add music, add all the B-rolls, which is stock videos, and you can actually have a quick, pretty nicely done video for 30 minutes or less.
I agree. Very true. You don't need to actually do whatever. In fact, Wave.video is only for specific purposes. Most of the time I use iMovie. Damn lazy, I tell you.
There you go. And it's free if you're on Mac.
Yeah, iMovie, chuck in.
iMovie, Canva, Viz.io for subtitles.
Yes.
Then you want to lower down the volume, use another tool, so on and so forth. All the free tools.
So to summarize, the key point is when for B2B, you don't have to do high production unless you have tons of money, like the Fortune 1000 or Fortune 500, or Apple. But in general, it is the storyline or it's the message. And as long as you're pretty decent, which you can compensate with editing, you're good to go.
Yep.
Is that true? Okay.
Yep. It's as long as you are bringing value to the table, because the discovery bit is where when people are in need of a solution. Okay, they don't really care for how polished you are, as long as you provide the value.
Play the long game by providing as much value to your audience as you can, and ask for little in return. Just as what Gary Vee has that book, jab, right hook, give, then ask. When people are conditioned, ready, they're willing to give.
But I think if in YouTube, right, I think you can ask all the way, because it's already intended. It's different from social media.
Social media is pattern interrupt.
Correct. You are interrupting, and if you keep asking every time you come out, right, the people will say that, what the hell, you go off. I wouldn't want to look at you anymore, and I'll block you and all that, and all this kind of shit.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, right, on YouTube or Google, when
I'm
people,
actually looking for it.
Yes, I'm ready.
I see.
I have problem, my friend. The faster you ask me to buy something, the faster I start considering that I can solve my problem. What the hell? Just give me the solution.
Okay. Let's look at the comments from our guests. We've got quite a lot, let's address them.
Okay, now Richard was saying sim playlist. We talk about this keyword spamming, right? So I think it's already a passe. You can't do that. You shouldn't do that anymore.
Even search also doesn't work anymore.
Yes, it doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work anymore.
So done.
And and Richard was saying, by thematic, do you publish all at one go or staggered dates? Good question.
Good question.
Okay. I would suggest that you post staggered, as in the best duration to post on YouTube, in fact, if you can do daily, then best. If you can't, once a week. The consistency level that you should maintain is, if you can, once a week.
As in anything on social media, if you can do daily, otherwise be consistent with it. Okay.
Yes, and you don't want to post too frequent on YouTube in a way, because it takes time to brew. Every video will take time to brew.
Right.
Okay, and eventually, if you post too fast, and eventually you will kind of you won't have enough time to do all these analysis and do the next step.
So the ramp up should be slow, maybe once a week or maybe twice a week. understand the trend, understand the viewing pattern of your video. Once you found that so-called that pattern, and you then ramp up, you can go into the daily later. So it's a slow ramp up as far as video YouTube is concerned. Is that the case?
I would say, in fact, right, if you can maintain a consistency of once a week, because to be very frank, I'm not sure whether you have done this once a day. It's damn tough.
Unless you do professional.
Yeah, it's damn tough on YouTube. I've been doing this for a year plus, even though it's just damn repurposing. I tell you, we vomit blood.
You haven't include the part where you put timestamp and all the subtitles into the description. That one confirm more than 1 day plus.
Confirm jalan, I tell you. That one confirm couple one. So let's be realistic lah.
Export out SRT file and put it into here.
That one lagi. Yeah, man. So
captions and all those things.
So I never bothered to do this on my old YouTube channel. That's why, unless
then you put it on the web pages. It helps them. Sometimes when people read the whole thing already, they still want to watch the real thing. So the traffic comes in also. But the effort is there lah. The effort, you have to put in effort lah.
Correct.
Okay, so
yep, the next one is also from Richard. He's asking, would using things like Facebook ads driving views on YouTube a good option? I tried that, I tried that, because you most of the time, the intention that you drive from Facebook and most social media like Instagram, unless you can really nail down on the audience targeting, else the view, what do we call the view time? The completion rate is gonna be very disappointing, and it will hurt your video. Remember, we don't want number. We don't want just number. We want number that matters. We want quality number.
Right.
We want people who can watch for long. I mean, watch at least, I would say, if you can, the benchmark is 50%. Yes, Andrew.
Okay. So what Richard is suggesting is what? Running ads on Facebook to drive people to the YouTube channel to watch the video.
Yeah, I think it will be that.
Is that
drive views on YouTube,
on
meaning
YouTube.
that you want to bring.
Maybe you should start do video views of a short snippet first. See where the audience resonate. If they resonate, then qualified. They qualified, then you do the next step lah.
But I think it goes back to Jason when you started this the show. It's all about the objective of doing this. The reason why you're driving the views to YouTube because of what?
What do you mean?
For
this one or what?
No, what I'm saying is, you see, when Richard is saying that you take Facebook ads driving views on YouTube, right, to kickstart the views, the question is, what's the original or what's the objective of doing so? Do you just want to grow your YouTube? That's why you drive all traffic to YouTube or that particular channel, or what? So if the intention
he's referring to bring, because I think we talk about this 24 hours thing. So I think his intention was to bring view first.
I see. But we already agreed that it's good. It's not views. It's actually the view time that is the critical.
Because metric. It's not just view time. View time is one thing.
Right.
Okay. The good benchmark is if you can at least 40% and above.
All right.
At least 40% and above. That's the first thing. Second thing is CTR, the click-through rate. If you have a lot of impressions but your click-through rate is bad, right, it's also going to hurt your video.
What do you measure on click-through rate on YouTube?
I mean, like if you have 1,000 views,
I
mean, as in like you have 1,000 impressions, you appear 1,000 times. Okay. And you only get click for about, like 3%. 3% is not good, to be frank.
Oh, I see. So click to watch the video.
Click to watch the video. But that is on the YouTube channel itself. Or so-called on YouTube platform itself, not on Facebook. So the click-through rate doesn't apply if you're driving audience from Facebook.
It's external traffic. All right. Okay, so moving on.
It's a tricky thing, that's why this is a good question, by the way, Richard.
Richard, awesome.
All right, so we have another question from Bob. For corporate B2B, if the search volume is low, is there concern on that? Okay, now, I like this question. You see, when I first started my YouTube channel, I struggled so much. Why? Because I said, Facebook ads, got people search for me, first thing. Because if you do keyword research, Facebook ads is shit. The search volume for Facebook ads courses or Facebook ads, whatever, right, is shit, to be frank.
Okay. Is it?
Yes.
I thought it's one of the
No. Facebook, yes lah. People are looking. People go to YouTube to search Facebook to go to Facebook. What the hell?
Okay.
So that's the thing.
But
But
topic-centric,
Facebook ads related topic is shit.
Right.
Seriously, I tried that.
Okay. Yes.
But it's not just regional. You want to boom it up to the international. When you go
Facebook
YouTube,
ads in YouTube is shit.
Facebook ads related keyword is shit.
In YouTube.
In Google and YouTube
In
altogether.
search,
Yeah.
not YouTube.
Yeah, in search it's not good.
Okay.
It's quite low volume if you ask me.
All right.
Yeah. So basically, let me give you an example, right? How many of you still remember Minecraft?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. I don't. But Minecraft is a game, apparently. It's like a damn old school game and all that, right?
Right.
Somebody started a channel talking about how to play Minecraft. Damn lousy video quality and all that. They grew their channel from 0 to 10,000 in 2 months.
Holy shit.
It's 100% organic.
Wow.
So it's 100% possible because we are no longer looking at the local market. When you go YouTube, you go international. Let me give you this. Most of my video views come from US, Canada, and all these places.
So basically the idea is is there a metric to find whether somebody actually search volume? Is there anything to find that on
You
YouTube?
can use Google Keyword Planner.
That's for text keyword, right?
Text, because it's similar actually.
Oh, similar. Okay.
It's similar. Because when YouTube search is also linked back to Google search, right? Because they're owned by the same company. Because you can also run YouTube discovery ad.
All right.
That's another thing.
Okay. So the straight answer to Bob's question is
No,
it's no
not a
concern.
concern. No
All right.
concern. No matter how niche, if you talk about low search volume, I can give you my example for my latest YouTube channel, the plant one. First,
I'm
it's a
surprised,
bloody,
man.
first is a plant, You talk about this kind of niche plant, Yeah.
Right. Botanical topics could be quite high on YouTube.
High, but Mandarin.
Okay.
Oh,
Understood.
speak
yours
Mandarin.
is in Mandarin.
I speak Mandarin for that one. So my market is limited to Taiwan, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Singapore only.
Yeah. And I'm definitely not one of your
Yeah, you're not.
audience already.
Okay. And now we have people coming in asking for subtitle. That's the good thing because you are reaching beyond the comfort zone now. I mean, for me.
Wow.
But then again, subtitle your head lah. I got no time for that lah.
English, Spanish, English, German.
Yeah, be cool, man.
But it's no issue, because even as niche as that, I'm not talking about all plants. I'm talking about a very specific plant. Alocasia, what the hell?
Okay.
Never heard of it, man.
No idea.
No idea. And yes, we can hit 9 out of 14 videos I posted hit 1,000 views.
All right. And this is a fairly new channel, right? You got about
It's a
14
very new
videos
channel. I
already.
restarted it. I've been using this to post something for cooking and all that,
Not
for the
related,
past
lah.
1 year. Not related. And I restarted it. I jump-started it. In 2 months' time, we
see.
achieve this kind of result. It's possible.
Okay. There you go.
Okay,
There
now I
you go.
come back to Bob. Bob has
Right,
for
next
corporate
one.
B2B keywords, example, corporate HR management solutions. Then you have to go for the problem. You cannot just go by very, very broad corporate HR management solution. Because that's not how people with problems search.
The persona must be there first. Then what's the pain point? Then what does the pain point actually search?
Yes.
And sometimes various country varies.
Correct.
Recently that I realized, I think Singapore, Malaysia research should be roughly the same. But I'm pretty sure people from Vietnam, from Philippines search differently from this part of the world. Even though it's in English, even though the persona is the same.
Yep.
So you have. I think if Jason is saying that you address or so-called your keyword is based on the problem, then it's the same across anywhere, right? If I've got a headache in Malaysia, it's the same issue. I've got a headache in Philippines or Indonesia or US or wherever it is. That's the case?
Yep. That's why this is actually where we start the keyword research.
I see.
This is where we
So
start.
start from a problem angle, so you address it from there.
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
So we can use a lot of free tools to do this, in fact. Okay, we just need to go on and find the right angle. So for example of this one, since we are discussing on this, since Bob is still here, I hope he's still here. So corporate HR management solution, what would be a question? Can you guys help me? The best HR management software?
Payroll related question.
Okay, the best payroll. free payroll solution. Okay, XX brand alternative payroll solution.
Attendance, clock in via mobile app.
Something like that. So go from there, or even like, for example, right? I cannot do like Facebook advertising course. Like if you do that, should I?
Quick approval of leave or MC.
Correct.
Print out the
yes. How to manage fast? How to use Excel to manage payroll? Something like that.
Then you show the solution to them.
Then you show a solution and say that why Excel is shitty and why the solution is good.
Reminds me of the Monday.com advertisement. They are doing the same thing also. They tell you why they are the subject matter expert by showing you the solutions. Normally it's the same old procedure. There is a problem, there is a solution. This is my solution. 3 steps.
But you shorten the whole gap here, You shorten the whole gap here because compared to other social media, here is already with a very strong intent. So if you don't need to start with a very kind of like top level kind of thing. You can go very specific into the this problem. You're laughing on this one, right? So it's like, I hate my HR. No lah, I don't think. But it's a good, interesting, yeah. And for example, Bob is asking, will the CFO look for solution on YouTube?
No lah.
We're not talking about YouTube, Bob. We're talking about
Google. Solution on Google, and happens there's a YouTube accompanying video that fits the search, it will show up.
Yeah, and CFO never search. Why would CFO want to search? They'll get somebody and say that, hey, go and do this for me. And
actually,
the floor is going to search.
I want to share with you one very important thing for information. When you are the lowest life form, you get the less money but the most work. When you are the top,
talk about life form, what the hell?
When you are the top, you get the most money and you do the less work. This is for me, okay?
Okay.
Nuggets of wisdom from
wisdom, man. Oh my God, that's that, man.
Oh, wisdom.
Words of wisdom.
Yeah,
okay. What happened to you? What happened?
Yeah, you died.
What
I say the plant next whisperer. I mean, I hope lah. But that I still kill a lot of plants lah. But nonetheless, that's the context anyway. So I hope I answered the question, Bob. Seriously, we need to tackle on the people who is looking for the thing and like probably talk about life form, right? People who are being tasked to do this thing may not think like the CFO. So we are not targeting the CFO. We are targeting the people who is doing the work.
So approach from a question of a potential search as opposed to keywords as far as YouTube is concerned.
Yep, same thing.
Right.
Like when I talk about Facebook advertising solutions and all that, I never talk to CMO. I talk to the guy who runs ads. I talk to the guy who runs ads, the one guy who is feeling the pain. The CMO knows nuts about this thing.
You see, even Jason also agrees with what I say.
You talk about life form a bit, but okay, I like the metaphor.
Hey, okay. Drama. We are live. That's why we have to add a pinch of drama into it. Otherwise,
it's good.
How to keep people watching for 1 hour.
Yeah. So you guys watch for 1 hour.
Talking about 1 hour, we're up to 1 hour already.
I hope we actually had some good discussion that gives you some idea. But here's what I think. Okay. If you want to do this, if you want to be searchable, here's the keyword. If you want to be searchable, instead of keep going out and finding people, knocking on doors and something and they're trying to get heard and seen and whatnot, but you want to be searchable. The benefit of this is this, now when people come to me, they'll be asking Jason, what would be the next course that I can enroll into? Instead of last time when I was still running agency, people will be like, can you give me a quotation? Can you give me a proposal? Now, if you want to gain control and to be seen as an authority and searchable, I think you need to go YouTube. If you are like me, then you can't write lah. But if you are like John Loomer, then okay, that's another route. But for me, I think YouTube is the next big thing. In fact, it's the big thing, not next. But if you have not started, you should.
Absolutely. Coming from a guy who have discovered his mistakes after 1 year and 700 plus videos, I think you should listen to it.
I made so many mistakes. I'll talk about it on Friday.
This is practical knowledge as opposed to theoretical already.
Yeah, man.
This
painful.
Is practical knowledge.
Painful. So if you want to join my workshop on Friday, here's the link. We will discuss more in depth. Today, very, it's kind of like not very organized lah.
It's okay. It's
but Friday one will be very organized. because it's
Yes.
gonna be a workshop. I have slides for that. I have deck for that. But this one,
Right.
chit chat only, Marketeer show, right? So that's how it works.
It's
So,
a
Manfred,
2 hours workshop,
Yeah,
and
it's
it's
a 2
free,
hour workshop.
by the way.
Yep, it's free. So go over to this link and sign up. And
Alright.
yeah, Manfred, what's that?
Okay, this is whatsrun.com.
All
Okay,
right.
let me
What's
get the
this?
link. What's that all about?
I like the website. Man. It's very clean.
Yeah, well,
This is Unravel a website and any website. This is like the build with tool that I always use. See
Right.
what are the tools, what are the things that power the. It's an alternative from a build with follow website and get notified. Because if you know me, I always start with the competitors. I just want to find out what they're using.
Right.
And thousands of technology. You can install the Chrome and play with it. I find it quite interesting. Okay, it's free.
What runs?
What's
What
run?
runs?
It is similar to build with.
right.
Okay.
I'm
So,
sure it's a paid.
cool.
It's a paid solution as well.
Is it a paid one?
Is it? I'm
No,
sure
it's
it's
a
a
free
paid.
tool. It's a free tool.
Okay.
Free tool.
Yeah, it's a
Not
free
bad,
tool. Similar with
Oh.
build with. Remember the
Build with
at the start of the
it's paid,
show.
right?
No, it's not paid. Free one. I'm using it also.
Cool.
Oh, okay, guys. What
And
runs?
Manfred just brought us another free tool to go play with it.
Yes.
Okay. So I think that wraps. Okay. I think I have fun. I love this is my second passion topic after Facebook ads. I've been doing this for like 1 year plus, and I made so many mistakes. Anyway, let's make 2022 an awesome one with more YouTube videos.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you on
See
Friday.
you
if
next
I see
week.
you. See you next week.
Live on
same
Facebook,
time.
YouTube, and LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Okay. Good night, guys. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.